Daniel Llorente's on pole. Danny's alongside. It's lights out, and away we go. And Daniel Llorente does get away well for once, but who kid, is he going to look for a dive like he did last race? He stays in second place, as round the outside there goes the Aston Martin of LOL in fourth place there. And off the track in the background, we saw a Williams potentially getting involved in a battle. Drivers swapping positions. There's Senor Ghost dropping back a lot. RFC Riley was potentially the driver involved in that incident. Daniel Llorente leads the Dutch Grand Prix on the first lap. Hukid, the championship leader, into second place. And wide there goes the Mercedes of Harv into the gravel. So Harv losing many positions on the opening lap. Daniel Llorente leading this race. There goes Lol up the inside. It's very close to contact with Hukid. Has he got the position on Danny? Danny fighting back into turn 3. Danny diving it for the inside line. Lol around the outside on the softer tyres and will take the position for the time being. Harley right there as well. And now Doctor, I believe, has potentially crashed. Yes, Doctor has crashed, as Harley has got ahead of Danny as well.
Use, does it? Careful, be careful, be careful.
Oh my god.
Oh.
Look out for a bit of
We've got a DRS train for the top 8, and this is certainly not going to be how it's going to finish, probably. Daniel Llorente on the main straight has taken the lead back, and down the inside, around the outside, sorry, goes Lol. And now Harley's gonna take advantage as Lol was out of position, and now even Danny's having a look up the inside on Lol. So Lol had made a great start, but is now getting swamped by cars again, and is into 5th again. There is R-Web on the inside, and R-Web trying to go for a move on Lol and has cost himself there and made contact with the Aston Martin and almost lost the position to his teammate Eagle, getting back past Harv, who hasn't been able to make the progress on the drivers in front like he would have wanted. Sunshine and Senor Ghost says there we see Sunshine on the inside of Pastry, and Pastry will now switch back. And can he set up a good exit? There's a yellow flag at the last corner. I believe that's Clutch there. Pastry unable to make the most of that situation. So they could potentially use this as a springboard onto the next few drivers. Harv has got back ahead of Eagle, but they haven't really gained time. They've actually lost time on the last lap. We'll see how Riley gets on and chasing Juicy in 11th. Juicy, very good race so far, but early days yet, as we're out a quarter race distance. It's an early stop from Harley there, going the hard compound. Harley 2.4 standard stop, and we'll see where he can feed out and what he can do, as that will likely be a pit stop to go all the way to lap 36 and the end of the race. Behind, is he going to look for a send? There's slight tap from Harv, and into turn 10, Eagle takes that inside line. Harv is looking for a cutback, slightly got his momentum ruined, and Eagle now, again there's a slight bang. Eagle very deep at the corner again, but is defending for his life in the Sauber, as you'd expect. And now more contact between them again, and Bukid cannot make the move on Daniel Llorente, and Harv is now ahead of Eagle. More drivers in the pit lane. Sean Riley, very nice, clear track ahead, and time to set some lap times on 4-lap pressure tyres and Harley behind. And Juicy has made the position on Riley, and there's Will Lose. Will Lose right at the pit exit, neck and neck. And Juicy gets the position. Will Lose back on the inside, makes contact with the Williams, and that will allow Riley to get by as well. So right out the pits, right involved, and slightly misjudging the other cars there. Will Lose having to take to the grass. Kid once again going for the race lead. Daniel Lorente trying to go back. Lutch has retired. That is at the last corner, but I think that's on the track, but it's not a crash, so you'll still be okay. Eagle half retiring in the pits, and that will have to be a 10 seconds applied at the end, so that could be costly. And now Kid goes into the gravel and gives the lead to Daniel Lorente, and this could be the opportunity that Daniel Lorente was looking for, because Kid is now onto the gravel, but has just about maintained that DRS lead, DRS gap. And now Harley and Statlev go wheel to wheel, and Statlev getting aggressive. Harley tries to go round the outside of turn 7 and does. So Harley, the great move there. Turn 7, a particularly daring spot to go for an overtake. Statlev slightly compromised. Harley takes full advantage. All this battling is just going to be helping those drivers in the lead, maintain their current position and not actually help them gain. So Daniel Lorente going for the hard tyre strategy and is back out from the pit box into pit lane. So Kid on the soft tyres. So it's a change. It's a difference in strategy. Kid. It's going to be neck and neck coming out the pits. Kid maintains the lead coming out the pits. So Daniel Lorente wasn't able to make the gains on the hard tyres, having to warm her up. Kid on the soft tyres for the second half of the race. That is going to be a mental stint, but we'll see how he gets on. And he has broken away. But how will his tyres last? We're not too sure because he doesn't have telemetry on, but we will find out, I'm sure, in about 5 laps time, whether he's built enough of a gap to make it a battle at the end, or whether he's got it under control, or whether Daniel Lorente will be fighting back. There is a fastest lap being set. Daniel Lorente is second off. Yellow flag on the main straight. Eagle round just before the pit entry, picking up wing damage. No safety car deployed. Ghosted, so drivers were just able to get by. And now, turn 7, there is Unknown into turn 8. Gets spun around slightly, keeps it going, pointing in the right direction, but has now lost time. Was trying to hold the car alongside into the entry of turn 8, but just ran out of space, it seemed, or Statlev, I'm not sure what his exact positioning was. So Statlev has seen off the challenge of Danny, but we don't know exactly the specifics. And now has taken LOL. So, Kid currently is gaining a lot of time on Daniel Lorente. So, Daniel Lorente, the pressure's on him now to make up the time and make the overtake at the end. Kid has put himself in a position to have track position for when it counts. But will he have track position come the end of the race? We'll see how the pace dwindles, because he's certainly still doing well. And soft's not a bad tyre at this track. Eagle, I believe, didn't check wing change in the pit stop. Oh no, wait, hang on. Yeah, didn't check wing change. I thought his wing just appeared then, and there's the other end plate. So he's going to have to pit again. That could be a retirement in the pit lane, potentially. Not too sure. Is he going to retire or is he just going to go back out? I mean, he may as well go back out. Harley and send your ghosts to turn 11. Harley making the move on those medium tyres, but again gets a bit squirrely on the exit. And that's just ruined his momentum, and now send your ghosts is going straight back and lifts off in the middle of the straight. Gives a bit of a bump draft here to Harley. I mean, that would only be costing them both time if Senor went back ahead, I guess. He wants to try and be towed along by Harley, but he's got to keep up. So Eagle doesn't retire. I commend his decision to keep going. Statlev overtaking Lol into turn number 1. So Harley's next victim is Will Lose as he starts this comeback. And Will Lose sees the McLaren speed past. And Who Kid seems to have made a mistake out there, which is going to cost him, because now Daniel Lorente has got back into the DRS range. So Who Kid building that gap, and now has seen it disappear within a matter of a corner or two. Sunshine there, picking up another penalty, I believe, at the top of the screen. And Daniel Lorente has now taken the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix on the start of lap 26. On the main straight, Daniel Lorente now leads. Danny retiring in the pits. Interesting, because he doesn't seem to want to go for the move, but in the end, Daniel Lorente lifts off. Interesting there from Who Kid. There behind is Statlev making a move on Lol. So Daniel Lorente once again now takes the lead of the Dutch Grand Prix. 7 laps to go. Can Daniel Lorente break away? Daniel Lorente has now decided to try to increase that gap and has got it to 9/10 and is teetering on the edge of a second. And where is the detection point? There was the detection point, and it's just under that second window. So Who Kid lives for another day, and they will now round turn 12 towards turn 13 to start lap 36 of 36 around the Zandvoort circuit, where Daniel Lorente leads from Who Kid. This is one of Who Kid's overtaking opportunities, but he'll just stay behind for the time being. Won't risk a lunge. He doesn't want to lose the points that would be attributed to second place and the fastest lap, which he currently holds, as Lol gets past Statlev in the battle for third. But Who Kid is right on the gearbox of Daniel Lorente and is pushing him towards turn 7, the flat out daring corner. Daniel Lorente leads, is managing his ERS, it seems, is flashing his battery light as he tries to recoup as much as possible. Who Kid with about 60% ERS remaining. Daniel Lorente with a poor exit towards turn 11. Can Who Kid have a look to the inside? Daniel Lorente leads coming out of turn 12. And now there is one more overtaking opportunity, and that's the run to the line, because Daniel Lorente is rounding the last corner now. Who Kid is right there. Who Kid is chasing, but his chase is just gonna miss as Daniel Lorente wins the Dutch Grand Prix with a last lap shootout, and it's a photo finish as Who Kid gave it his all on 19 lap-old soft tyres and came so close as Harley spins on the last corner, and that is not going to help Harley at all, because Harley has lost his front wing. I think he's got the position back to R-Web because of a penalty, but oh, there's a huge incident with Sean and Senor Ghost. Sean spinning it over the line. Senor Ghost coming right into him there, and they both smash across the line. Senor Ghosts there in 8th. Statlev did take the final podium spot in 3rd. Lol in 4th. Harley in 5th. Arweb 6th. Sean in 7th. Senor Ghosts in 8th. 9th place for Will Lose. Riley in 10th. Carrying on the trend of crashing across the line. There is Pastry in 11th. Sunshine in 12th. There to finish the order. So, Daniel Lorente tastes victory for the first time since Bahrain. Daniel Lorente does close in on the championship battle. He will go into 2nd place, I believe, because he's won Harley, 15 points on Harley. So, Harley has been overtaken now, will be behind by 9 points with 3 penalties. But Who Kid doing the job he needs to carry on the podium streak. It's his second place of the season after Silverstone, and it's a 7th podium in a row